Hi, Dr. Randy Grill, nursing home dentist, and if you're watching this video, either you've read an ad in the Oklahoma city paper or your hygiene site in Oklahoma or in Tulsa, and we're hiring a hygienist, or I have a friend that's a dentist that is hiring a hygienist for his niche practice like mine. First of all, going into nursing homes is not comprehensive dentistry. It was designed by the federal government to do mobile, more like missionary dentistry, and do the most amount of good for what their purposes are. So we fit into a system where we work on frail, medically dependent, functionally dependent people in their end stage of life, as defined in the statistics in nursing homes. The average 73% of all males die in the first 6 months of entering into full-time care in a nursing home. The statistics are a little different in each state, but not much. So we are working on a group of people that you can easily stress. In fact, the number of people that die after going out to dental and medical appointments is higher than anybody would ever imagine, but it's not kept track of. Because if you take somebody with COPD and set them back, you're actually going to drown them, but they don't die for 12 to 24 hours. So this is nothing like you've experienced in dental school or in private practice, because these people can't get out. If they can get out, they should get out. And if you look at all my videos, which you should, I beat that to a pulp, excuse the pun, that if the POA, the power of attorney, can take them out and they have the finances, they should. The problem is most of our patients are Medicaid, Medicare, and that's why the state and the federal government pay for 100% of this prepaid dentistry or insurance program. So the first thing you need to do as a hygienist considering this niche, and it's brand new. Even when I talk to other dentists, very few even know this program exists, and it's not in every state. I know of 8 to 10 states it's in that it's allowed, and so I even talk to people who are in public health dentistry that don't know about this niche. It's set up complicated, but anyway, it is an incredible niche where we go into nursing homes, but we have to know 4 levels of care. I've got references for you, AAOM, American Academy of Oral Medicine. We try to do as much evidence-based dentistry as we can, or we'll get in trouble. This is not about having a hammer and seeing a nail and doing everything. In fact, we take a SpO2 and a PR on everybody, so we kind of know where they are, because we can't just go willy-nilly and get a blood pressure, because so many of them are wrapped up in dozens of blankets. Unwrapping them is a chore. Then they get cold. Then they get resistive, and then it's a showstopper. It's done. But we always do a pass on each patient, and a pass is an EMT term for patient assessment system. We do a pass, AO, awake and alert. Theirs is alert and oriented. We do awake and oriented. But all this stuff is easy for a seasoned hygienist to, well, in 10 hours of study, just like a dentist, be up to speed. But if you've experienced scaling somebody, getting everything perfect, and then them wanting their teeth out because now their teeth are critically sensitive. Yes, you give them MI paste, you give them Clinpro 5000, and it still doesn't happen, and the dentist ends up taking out several teeth, and that's my clientele. Because if it's going to go wrong, Murphy is on their back, and that is reality. That's why we use Oscar treatment plan protocol. We're unable to get a lot of x-rays. I have x-rays, but most of my patients can't open that wide. Listen, they don't want to be here. Their kids got them in this insurance program. They've been tired and worn out for years, or they wouldn't be in a nursing home. There's a reason for that. And so you've got to know your diagnosis. You've got to study the chart. You've got to make sure that things are right, and you won't believe some of the anecdotal stories that I've told on these other websites that you need to know. The first thing we do as an EMT, like we're running onto the scene of an accident that you've learned in CPR, we look to see when they are set outside if their feet If you push them in a wheelchair and their feet are down, they'll tumble right out, and that could be a trigger to a terminal event for us. So we don't transfer people from chair to chair. We use their own wheelchairs often, and 90% of our patients are wheelchair bound. They get less exercise that thickens their tongue because liquid's pooling, their heart's not pumping well, and so it's a really cool niche. And you are helping the helpless. These are people that have no money to go out even if they could because they're on Medicaid, Medicare. We have a few private pay patients, but they're few. And if they need comprehensive dentistry, then we actually give the POA, the power of attorney, the choice to stay on the program or not. And oftentimes they opt to stay on the program because their hard-earned tax dollars paid for it. It's not any out-of-pocket money for them. But at some time, and sometimes it's 6 months, sometimes a year, but at some time we know that the other 3 levels of dental care will be appropriate for them. This is not a niche you can just walk into without wisdom, without insight. If you look at them, and I have a patient that's SOB, and they're short of breath. Their SOB, their SpO2 is, and all these things are real easy. It won't take you 10 minutes to get all this stuff. Their SpO2 is maybe down to 87. We know that if I stress them, it could be a terminal event. So we reschedule them. We just say not doing well, is they anxious, whatever. We bail out. That's why fee-for-service dentistry is not right for nursing homes, in my opinion. And that's my opinion, because I have to bail out of appointments all the time. I do not want to stress them just to get a cleaning, just to get a filling. We do a lot of art and mid, and I hope to have videos up by the time you see those. Edwina Kidd, a cardiologist, PhD from England, has art. Ron Lamb, World Mission Relief, teaches art over in Ethiopia. It is public health dentistry. And one of the things that's going to be hard on you is going from comprehensive to public health dentistry, which is limited palliative and emergency care. And you're going to have to read special care dentistry in AAOM and be up to speed. And it doesn't take long. Now, for a new hygienist, if you have no experience, that's going to be hard because you don't know what you don't know. A seasoned dentist or hygienist knows that, sometimes you hold them and sometimes you fold them. But if you go in and take somebody that's got 6-7 millimeters of recession and huge calculus bridge and you take that off, and in this system, they get what they want. If they want their teeth out, all they have to do is tell a surveyor and they're all over you. And so if it's not safe to do, I can stand up and say, no, that's not the right treatment. But if they say enough, they want them out, their POA agrees, they'll find somebody to take them out. And so we have to be kind of like Bob Barkley, and some of you may not even know who he is. Sometimes you sacrifice you trade nickels for dollars. I may not do a calculus bridge and just gently each time take off a calculus bridge, just gently each time do more and more, rather than just take it all off, have them be sensitive. But this can be a calling. This can be a job that pays, that also you go home at night and your tank is full instead of going home because you didn't meet your production schedule, all worn out and stressed out that the doctor wanted you to make more. No. If it's not right, I don't want you doing it. I want you to go slow. I want you to do what's right. But to know what to do, what's right, you've got to know the 4 levels of care and what special care dentistry and the Geriatric Society of Geriatric Dentists say. I hope you come on board. Email me, because you have to have computer skills with this, at drrgrill@yahoo.com, and we'll talk further. Thank you.